In stage 41 we're going to be continuing with the gearbox assembly, so take your sprue that came with the previous issue and notice the oil line union on the sprue, the blue one, which is a straight through union, which we're going to be removing, and we are then going to be placing that in position as shown in the picture onto the gearbox. So go ahead, gently remove that and then place that into position, and that will go, you can see that will go in this hole just here, ready for the next assembly. Now cut another piece of braided cable at 68mm long, and once you've done that, do exactly the same as what we've done before by preparing the ends, and glue that onto the end of the union that we have just placed onto the side of the gearbox, like so. Take your gearbox assembly and suspension mounting plate from stage 40, and also 2 screws that came with stage 40 as well, and with the gearbox positioned so that the gearbox crank end is facing towards you, take the suspension mounting plate with the 2 nut sections facing towards you as well, and slot that down into the position as you can see there. And if you look closely at the picture as well in the instructions, you'll notice where they're going. Once you've done that, take one of your screws that were provided once again in stage 40 and screw those down into position, one on that side, once again one on the other side. Okay. Next we're going to be fitting the left and the right rear suspensions, so lay them out as we have here and follow the instructions carefully on the mounting and the positioning with the screws provided, once again by placing your rear suspension bridge mount into the hole like so, place them over, and then with one of the screws that was provided, and it is fiddly, attaching and securing the bottom of the suspension arm into the bottom of the chassis that you can see that I'm doing here. Okay, just making any minor adjustments so that everything fits nicely. Okay, once you've done that, do exactly the same to the other side, and then using some tweezers here, as you can see with the oil reservoir, you'll notice there's a little square hole in the slot, and that basically slots into there, and glue that down into position. Once you've done that, take your suspension mounting plate front and just notice that you've got a couple of bolts facing on the outward side, and once again making sure that everything's lined into position. Just gently place the suspension over the holes like so, so that that's into position, and once again taking a couple of the screws that were provided in stage 40, securing that down like so, doing exactly the same to the other side.